He talked about the last mile. So you can get healthcare to a certain point, but it's that last mile that prevents us from giving the medication. And we have to fight it. We have to understand it. Grab it and say, what can we do to change it? And I'd like to share one final story with you that embodies all 5 of these principles. Now, one of the most brutally competitive and difficult industries is the grocery business. Running a grocery store is not for the faint of heart. You have extremely long hours, spoilage, supplies from all over the world, commodity offerings, a transient workforce, and painfully low margins. To make it worse, you're competing head-to-head with industry giants like Amazon, Walmart, Kroger, and Target. You'd think building and scaling a family-owned grocery business would be as difficult as winning the lotto. Try twice as difficult. And this is why the story of Wegmans is so remarkable. Now, founded in Rochester, New York in 1916 by the Wegman brothers, these boys had everything going against them. Now, while they didn't have Amazon back then, they had giant competitors, very limited capital, and really no business experience. Thousands of others started and failed over the years, but Wegmans did something very different. While their cornflakes really aren't any better than the next grocery store, they embraced the 5 principles of organizational health and were able to beat all the odds. First, they locked in their purpose. They wanted to provide extremely high-quality food in a warm, welcoming environment at reasonable prices. They also wanted to create an amazing company to work for, crafting positive experiences for their employees. This purpose led them through adversity and helped them chart a path to success. Next, they had a solid nutritional plan, really important. They provide $4.5 million in annual tuition reimbursement to help employees improve and grow. Amazing. Their workplace is inspiring, and the employees digest amazing smells, sights, and sounds every day. They even provide free hot cocoa to all employees in the winter. And the concept of movement is embraced by providing customers access to 80,000 items per store, nearly twice that of their competitors. They carefully select locations near customers and recently opened an outpost in New York City to get closer to their shoppers. Now, loyal employees cultivate their minds through an array of company training programs. For each department, employees must pass a 30 to 55-hour university program, and many department heads are actually sent overseas at the company's expense to become experts in cuisine, cheese, and wine. So not surprisingly, shoppers describe a telepathic level of customer service from well-trained, caring, knowledgeable employees. I'd love to shop there. And this massive investment in employees has created a super-powered tribe. Employee engagement and retention scores are at the top of the industry, and customers demonstrate almost a cult-like following for a grocery store. Pretty amazing. In the fist-fighting competitive field of grocery, Wegmans doubled down on the 5 pillars, and they're able to break away from the competition. Revenue grew 12% last year alone to $8 billion. With 47,000 employees in 90 stores, they're now listed as the #2 place to work by Fortune, only behind Google. And they're #1 in terms of shopper satisfaction, easily besting Trader Joe's and other specialty markets, while remaining 100% family-owned. As you can see, the 5 pillars of organizational health enabled Wegmans to achieve unimaginable success. Think of what these same principles can do for you to fuel your company and career. By following these 5 pillars, you can achieve success and great health for your company and for yourself. The reason why I love doing keynotes is because I'm able to impact people in a big part of their lives. So many of us spend our lives, during work. And so if I can impact an organization, what I've done is actually transform their lives. When I've transformed organizations, I've improved not only the organization, but the employees and their lives. And that translates to their overall health. And that's what gets me juiced to do this every single day. And that's what empowers me to make an effect in the organization.
I became a physician because I heard from my mom about my grandpa, and my grandpa changed people's lives in the city of Calcutta. What he would do is he would take every single patient, whatever the economic means, and really impact their lives every day. And when that happened, and I learned about that, and it transformed me. I feel that often business leaders look at their end profit and not look at their entire organizational health. And so as patients, you know, I've treated patients many times, they often just want to see their end results. But if they don't look at the why, their purpose, and why they're doing it, they get it wrong. And the same thing can happen with companies. So if business leaders look at their purpose, the reason why they exist, their end results, their profits could really soar. After my keynotes, this is often what I hear from my meeting planners, that I'm reliable, that I'm easy to work with, and I'm passionate. And I always leave a tangible benefit for my organizations that they can take home and really make a meaningful change in their lives. So now that you're my patient, I will evaluate, first of all, what the problem is, right? What's ailing you? So find out where the soft spots are, where the actual problem is. And once we do that, then we're going to figure out what it is that we can use as options for treatment. So as my patient, I'm going to give you some of the options we can use for treatment. And then comes a prescription. And the prescription is going to be my keynote, where I kind of delve in and say, for your organization, this is what I feel would be helpful to solve your problem. And I love doing that every single day. For my audiences, the transformation that I create is really giving them a tangible benefit, tangible ideas in which to transform their lives. Just like I've done with my patients for nearly 2 decades, what I do for them is give them a prescription whenever they leave. And not just a pill that they can take, but rather ideas and changes in their lives, simple steps that can really revolutionize their lives. And what I've done with audiences and organizations is the same. Give them tangible benefits and tangible ideas to transform their culture so that the organization and their employees are in a better place.